Mm. 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 Hello, boys. Today, I want to go over I guess a priest paladin, right? Let's call it that. One rune word that I really love is insight. Now, I wouldn't say it's underrated. I'd say it's overlooked a little bit, right? It's quite useful. Even on a playthrough, it has very high ED, and it also has critical strike, which is +6. So some people forget plus skills can actually bump that up even further, even though it doesn't show down here in any of your skills or anything. It is quite a good melee option and quite a good early game, early to, kind of early hell, early late game equivalent, whatever, okay? But I thought, hey, can we really punch this into end game, and how can I find a build where this is the main, crutch piece, and will it work? And this is what I've come up with. So, I've built a Zeal dual prayer paladin with this. I've got Insight, giving us meditation, Cure, giving us cleansing. We get a massive amount of healing per second, which is going to help us really stick in the meat of things and take a lot of incoming damage and make sure we're living longer to make sure we're killing everything, okay? It is quite helpful. I found that looking at various different weapons with Insight base, Archon Staff is one of the top 2 by a very, very small margin. And I thought that was quite cool. So let's get into the build and I'll show you everything that I've got, okay? So this is Insight Zealer, alright? We have Zeal, we're doing over 4,000 damage per second. As you can see, Fanaticism, we have Pride on the Mercenary, and we also have a Might on his ass too. So we're amping up physical damage as much as we can as the main dealer. Dexterity, a little bit lower, but attack rating, as you can see, is not an option at all, okay? That's not a problem. Vitality, everything left in here, pretty easy peasy, alright? Let's move on. For the skills, we have Sacrifices maxed because that's a synergy for Zeal. Zeal is also maxed out, and I maxed out Vengeance as well. Since we have very high physical damage on this build, I thought it's quite a good opportunity to go for Vengeance, because Vengeance is an interesting calculated skill. It changes your physical damage to elemental. So higher physical damage is going to translate to more elemental, right? So that I use for my kind of single target and resistant mobs when I need to on occasion. And that's kind of cool because I don't really use that skill too often. Now, 1.1 to conversion and holy bolt, just because if you want to throw out some bolts and heal people, that's on theme. It's kind of funny, right? Offensive auras, we've got Fanaticism is max, which you can see, and defensive auras, we have Prayer, which is maxed, 1.1 to Vigor, and 1 into Resist Lightning, 1 into Salvation, just for areas where I feel like I need that resistance. And it's very nice for group play as well, especially when you're dealing so much prayer, so much life regen. So, looking at prayer, down at cleansing, right, we get 39 life healed every 2 seconds and plus 39 from the meditation. So we're getting a butt ton of life regen. Now, does that show in here in this stat screen? Let me check. Life regen. No, it doesn't actually show there, but that's okay. We can show on our gameplay in a moment. Now, Insight in the Archon Staff is our main hitter. Now, this is there's quite a number of varied rolls on this. It makes it difficult to get a really perfect one. The meditation roll doesn't matter too much at all. We want the enhanced damage and the crit strike to be nice and high. So we don't care too much about meditation because whatever meditation we have is still going to get exactly the same synergy from our max prayer. And that's all we need, right? It's the same here with our cleansing. We only have level 1, which is relevant. It's kind of handy, but it doesn't matter on the level regardless. It still gets exactly the same synergy. We have High Lords for Deadly Strike, physical damage, right? We've got increased attack speed plus skill, Enigma and a Linked Mail because I thought it looked cute. And we've got Nosferatus for leech attack speed. Slows target is very nice for Zeal as well, so we're going to slow everything around us, all adjacent mobs. Ravenfrost, we have Beast, Sunder Ring, just cast rate, lifesteal, just handy mods just to show you what could go in that spot. Gore Riders, paired with Laying of Hands, which everybody can see a mile away. Nice blue pair of gloves for damage to demons. Down here we have Life and Res, which would be a nice spot. And I've opted for Damage Charms, boys. okay, over other things. Because this is going to give us more damage to translate toward vengeance and more physical damage. I mean, just bumping up fanaticism is not going to give us as much as if we had these, okay? So on Switch we have CTA and our Spirit, and then Mercenary for today, boys. We have Andy's Fortitude and a Pride Cryptic Axe with Might Aura. So when that procs, our damage is going to be well over 4,000. So let's check what our gameplay is at. Let's put this down to P1 to start, and we'll hop over to Frigid Highlands. I always like to start here. It's nice and easy, you know. So let's switch over. It's going to run Battle Orders. There we go. So with Pride and my Fanaticism, I'm at 55, and Mercenary is at 44. Let's hop in with Zeal. Very good damage. Hopefully our Mercenary is going to open up his Might Aura in a second for us. That would be very nice. I'm going to stand here and take some damage. I will see if you guys can see the regen that we have. 36, 35, 33, 31, 29. Let's walk around a little bit. 28, 28, 20, 2,900. Back up to 2984. Decent chunks of life regen. Pair that with Zeal, with a little bit of, you know, lifesteal. We can get through a lot of stuff. Let's go over somewhere different, boys. Let's go over to Arcane Sanctuary. We have some physical mobs here, so we can get a chance to show vengeance in action. And we also have the Mercenary with Might Aura up now, so he's at 53, and we're at 64. Give me some ghosties. Where's the ghosties at? Alright, plenty of ghosties here. Let's go, vengeance. Oh, I think we're a little bit too buried there, boys. There's a cringe in it. Our attack speed for vengeance is a little bit slow, but as you can see, it does help us hit down some single targets, which is good. Here we are. Oh, I gotta check Superior Mage Plate for no reason. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Alright. That shows you how it handles immune mobs. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go over to Catacombs, go through to Andariel, and show you how we kill the bosses with this thing, because it's not too bad. Another option you can switch out instead of Laying of Hands, I'd recommend a bit more Crushing Blow. This build doesn't really have much. We have 15 on the boots, and then we've got Deadly Strike, but yeah, another place you can get it is on your gloves. You can get blood crafted gloves with a bit of Crushing Blow, and that could be, you know, a good idea to switch out depending where you're farming. If you're just clearing mobs and farming general areas, then I guess you just stick with Laying of Hands, and that would be more generally applicable to other areas. But again, that's up to you, boys. You can always make your adjustments to whatever build you see here on my channel. Everyone plays the game differently. We're all different, aren't we, boys? We're all different. Not all of us like farming cows day in and day in. Andariel, where are you? Don't forget, Insight has cast rate on it too. So with Enigma and the other pieces that we have, it's a little bit easier to reach cast rate. I've got 45 with what we have. So I can get a little bit higher, but I mean, I opted for chucking in the High Lords instead. I thought that was a kind of better suit for what I had. There we go, very easy. Nice. So, since I'm here, before we spawn Andariel, I'm going to go bump up the player count to players 6. There we are. This could be a terrible idea. I haven't seen this before, but let's see. Do you guys always fully clear everything before you kill Andariel? I used to always do that when I was a kid. I was so paranoid. I had to kill every single mob before I would go in and kill Andariel. So, just for the sake of it, I'm going to do it here right now. Alright, there we go. Oh no. Gotta kill big boy. Here we go. Gotta kill that shaman. Okay. The shaman's gone. Alright, anything up here? Gotta kill the shaman. Alright, gotta kill these boys. Get the elite out of the way. Okay, this is player 6. Alright. Just us and Andariel. Player 6. Nice. Pretty straightforward build, boys. Pretty straightforward. Insight Zealot, call it a Priest Paladin if you want. Insight Staff, don't sleep on it. Extremely high ED. The crit strike is awesome. Some more Crushing Blow would be good, but it's a fun way to play Zeal. It's a fun way to chuck in an Archon Staff and actually use it, and it's viable. I shit you not. I was going through a bunch of different options, and the average damage and the speed was like on par with many other things. Like one other one was, I'm just rambling here now, the video's over, you guys can go. But another few was like, I was looking at a GPA, Great Poleaxe and Cryptic Axe, and I'm like, oh man, Great Poleaxe is up there. It's kind of close. It looks kind of cool too. But if you were going to use a Great Poleaxe, then you can tell, you boys can tell that the YouTube voice is gone now. I'm just a streamer voice. So, like, if you did go for a Great Poleaxe, your stats are going to be ranged a bit differently. So, like, my strength base is 25, right? But GPA, you're going to need a shit ton more strength and dexterity to wield that. So that's the reason why I went for the Archon Staff. It's pretty much, you know, pretty much best in slot if you're going for a cheeky little Insight Paladin. But yeah, you can save points elsewhere and just dunk it in Vitality. There we go. But it probably would be a good idea to put more into Strength to get more damage return. So it's up to you. But I think this looks pretty sick with the Linked Mail, with the Cure Helm, and the Insight Archon Staff. There you go, boys. Cute little Paladin build for you. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee, Billy, that's a good build. Ooh!